Yeah.
Understand it? Understand it?
We're rolling. Podcast here. It's a good time here at Nambole. I'm here with my fat boys.
But Zeno is dark. I'm a bit like Zeno is dark. Zeno is dark.
I'm the dark knight. Dark
okay,
knight.
So.
Tell me, how was the tournament in general? How did you feel the tournament?
Honestly speaking, I had fun.
Yeah.
The tournament was well organized. We don't know about the players, but for us, it's a very good experience. Honestly speaking, I didn't expect whatever I'm seeing here.
Yeah.
But top notch, I can give it 95%.
What stood out for you? The new turf, the new environment at Nambole. Of course, Chigere was as usual. But what stood out for you? The offers, the getting, the crowds, what stood out for you?
First and foremost, the pitch is top notch.
Yeah.
Top notch. Yeah. By the time it held all these games here, and it looks intact, honestly speaking, it's really good. What stood out for me is that, of course, I was well served.
Yeah.
The services were kawa.
Yeah.
Big up on Chigere. Of course, I'm a Chigere guy.
Yeah.
So all I can say is the offers were really good.
Okay.
It was half-price tickets.
Yeah.
I know there are guys, man. We had the numbers because guys showed up.
Okay.
Guys sacrificed to pay for rugby, man. Rugby is growing.
Yeah.
Having such numbers, and when guys are paying, it's really top notch.
At first, I talked to some fans who are a bit unhappy with the venue of Kulukuku.
Yeah.
And to their advantage, maybe, here we are, and all games managed to be at Nambole. Access, I think, for all because of the bypass.
Let me cut you short, my friend.
Yeah.
I don't think guys are going to go to Wankulukuku.
Yeah.
Even me myself, I was just really going to watch the games,
online,
on screen.
Yeah.
You get. But then, thank God, they had to bring it close.
Yeah.
They had to bring it close.
I think this can also be a great venue for more sporting events like the Uganda Cup final.
Actually, if you have such like finals, semis, and on the neutral ground, this will be the best place.
Yeah.
And actually, one thing I've also liked about this is that it's standard.
Yeah.
So if we could get used to such pitches,
other
than just playing in a pitch like Ginger, where it's a small pitch, let's get used to such.
Yeah.
So that the boys can know where to run best.
Yeah.
In the end, it pays off. Because now, when we go to other pitches, for example, in Kenya or other, this helps to stage, something good.
Okay.
So I feel, us having more games here, not even international games, but domestic games, I feel we can move miles.
Okay, tell me, how did Uganda perform, in your own opinion, right from game day one to the midweek game and today?
Honestly speaking, we're a team in transition.
Yeah.
And I like what Modola is doing. I've seen a lot of banter, a lot of buzz when it comes to how boys are playing, You see, people forget that national team is something different. It's not the way you would just imagine someone walks into a club game and they expect them to turn up there and then. So we didn't have a very good performance, but boys just need to fuse together for some time for them to get the chemistry. So, as to me, I feel what Modola is doing is on track. Let him stay with the same boys. Let us have more boys into the camp. Let them go and work out more S&C and stuff. Let's have more numbers. Let's have more guys going to South Africa. That's all I can say. But honestly speaking, we put up a good fight. For the fact that we have new boys in the system. Okay? Are we a team for contention yet? I feel we are not yet there, but we still have time. And next year, from now till next year, trust me, there's still more time to improve on this team and to polish it up.
And talk about preparations. Do you think the South African program that had some boys go, do you feel there was a difference in the way they played, given the fact that we played with some and against some for some time? Do do you think their mode of play a bit added some salt, some fuse into the team?
Now, like I said, we need more time together.
Yeah.
So if we had more numbers in there, we would have seen the chemistry. Okay? But now we had boys who are in South Africa and we had others this side. So the fusing didn't come out well because I know people are criticizing saying that taxpayers' money and stuff. But let me tell you, we are in transition. Okay, let's not take that fact away. Okay, so what we need, the program is good because I've shared with Santos and he has told me, you know what? We've shared with Santos and he was clear with me. He told me, Peter, you know what? We need more of this. So I think we need to restructure our fixtures. Okay, whereby we have enough time for the boys to prepare. When you talk of preparation, I don't think we had enough preparation as boys. So I feel there is need to restructure. I don't know how best it can be restructured. Either immediately after Uganda Cup, we start off. Let us have midweek camps so that we kill off the season as soon as possible. And boys start working out. I believe in Mudola. Mudola, I know you're out there, trust me. He did make some selections. You know, guys are blowing out that, why do you play this player, this player? No. When boys show up, you play. It's about showing up. The heart of training. I'm not going to play someone who's not training. Okay? So someone is standing up, put him in. So he had to give opportunity to the boys. One of the boys going to feel this. Yeah, that's it.
You also think maybe there can be a program where these players meet even during the season, like maybe twice a month or even once a month, and they can meet and do some basics and watch some games to get more perspective.
Actually, that would be the ideal thing. Let us have boys come together, okay? But then also don't restrict it. I feel let it be open.
Okay.
Now the problem with that, guys will tell you there are no logistics what. Make it open so that whoever wants comes, okay?
Structured well.
Exactly. Make it open. Let us, because you see, some other boys feel they are not called. The fact that they are not called, they cannot turn up. Make training open. Widen your pool of players, okay? Boys are out there. Boys are out there. So what we need to do, let's keep it. Let's have that program. But then I know guys will tell you logistics, okay? But if Union is supported very well, okay? Let us have that program whereby, you know, we keep sharing ideas. Because let's not narrow rugby to club level. At the end of the day, we are looking at the national level, whereby all of us compete. So I feel if it even needs all coaches coming together to give a hand, you know, because there are those that are good at scrimmage. Let us collect all those brains, okay? Let us collect the brains and then we move forward. We still have room. There's room for improvement.
Do you think the way our coaching team is good, do you think they need some addition or maybe some more experience, like a guy from South Africa or even anywhere else, to come and add to what they're doing, and also get to know the team and maybe where their strength is, where they need to improve? I mean,
first and foremost, most of our coaches are allocated to teams. So every weekend, everyone is minding about their team. Let us have a program whereby we have coaches that go and look out for players. Okay, like few games. Let's go and look out those fixtures. Go out, see this one has this strength. Okay, so that you know when you're going to select, you know who to pick. So I encourage. We need additions. We need the expertise, the experience. But I feel if the structure is well executed, what these boys have been doing, it's not new with what other teams have been doing. If you notice, I've seen Leo work with the boys. He has always emphasized structure, backings. That's what guys have been doing. There's nothing that is, so different. We just need to know how to play when dynamics change on pitch. Because what you train is not what you find on pitch. Sometimes you need to switch, adjust. Okay? If guys are swinging, so what if because I noticed in Zimbabwe, first off, boys wanted Kanyama. They wanted to become physical. The other ones are more physical. Okay? So I feel an addition, we can, if possible. But then we can still work with what we need is to make sure that boys execute the structure. That's one, because you see, you can even bring in, we had Duncan here. a lot did change. I don't want to say that a lot changed, but I can tell you that the rugby played now, compared to what we had last time, I feel there's a very big difference.
Okay.
So as long as, even though we get another coach from out, trust me, as long as guys don't coordinate doing the structure, executing the structure, still we'll get back to zero.
Which country impressed you most in the Africa Cup tonight?
I was impressed with the. I'll give it to Zimbabwe. Because you see, Zimbabwe after Uganda, they stepped up their game. You notice after Uganda they noticed, man, you know what?
They even come ready for you.
Yes, exactly. So at the end of the day, we are looking at improvement. What has happened before? How are you executing the game the next day, the other game? How do you treat each game at a time? And Zimbabwe stood out most. Honestly speaking.
And which Ugandan player do you think outshined the others and played the most beautiful rugby every time he stepped on pitch?
With your question, I don't want to involve Phil. Because you see, Uganda is the only country actually in this tournament that it used its players that play within the country. Not like other countries whereby they have guys who are out and stuff. So I want to give credit to Aturinda. Aturinda gave us mileage moving forward. Actually, he made more meters. But then we really give credit to the props. Santos stand up. Santos stand up. Santos carried that ball where we needed carrying, mining. You get? So I'll give credit to Santos, number one, because I'm also a prop. Because you see, at the end of the day, the Aturindas will just come, we set for them the platform, and they run. So that platform, I want to give it to Santos first. Santos number one, then Aturinda, of course.
And your best part in the game, which is a scrum. How do you rate our scrummage throughout the tournament?
One thing I want to tell you is that I think our front row, being in South, trust me, they picked a lot. Because if you looked at the average, I think Uganda was less by I think 100 kilograms or 120 compared to other packs here in this tournament. You look at Senegal, you look at Zim, but by the time you try to contain these guys, boys really did well. One thing I noticed is that we were really low. Not like back in the day where boys were always high, guys were low. And you saw, we got, I think in this tournament, we got 2 penalty tries. Off a scrummage. Pushing, we dominated. I want to give credit to the South Africa camp. It really helped the boys. But then also, we need to give our other props time to also play. They need more time to play. Because you see, at the end of the day, if we don't have these guys who are representing Santos and Suma, we expect Toto to turn up. We expect Chivumbi to turn up. You get? So they need more exposure. I know Chivumbi has been on the team for some time, but you see, he always comes off bench. We want him to also now start. And trust me, they had an impact whenever they came on, whenever they were given an opportunity to play, they turned up. So I feel the scrimmage, trust me, with what we did, it was really good.
Oh, nice. I'll let you go and have another one.
Okay, thank you.
Podcast, and joining me again is Paul Serunjoji. We call him Serengeti. Now a coach, but retired player, and again a retired at national and also at club level. How are you, man? How was the tournament? Tell me.
The tournament, I'll give it credit. It was very good. It was a success. I can't complain. Everything is spot on.
I'll go straight to the players. How do you think the boys played? Our Ugandan team. How would you rate the way they played?
For the boys,
for all the 3 games.
For the boys, out of 10, I'll give them 8. Because for sure, boys have punched above their weight compared to what is put in. Output is always equals to input. So whatever you put in is the result you get. So to me, it has been spectacular. They have played their hearts out.
Okay.
I'm not complaining.
Back to your output, outweighing the input. What do you think has been lacking in what should be put to the boys in their camp?
To me, what's lacking, I'll go back to what I've always been pushing. It's welfare. Welfare is a big thing.
Yeah.
It includes contracts, includes the feeding,
insurance,
insurance, medical insurance, gym, everything.
Yeah.
So if we are lacking gym, of course you cannot compare our sizes to other teams. Look at Zim and Algeria, meaning there is something that we need to work on. So welfare covers everything. Pay to the players, being on pitch when you don't have what to eat, when your landlord is you have. You're short of rent. There are very many factors when a player is on the pitch. So we cannot expect 100%, or we cannot expect them to win a big tournament like this when they have nothing. So the question is, today the tournament is done, but what is next for the player? We need to answer that question. What is next for the player? What is Union going to do for the players? Are they done with the tournaments and the players are done with them? We need to start planning. If we need better results, we need to plan. We need to go back to clubs. We need to monitor the coaches, have now to work with coaches at club level. If they have identified some players who they think next year will give them the desired results. So we have to plan. The coaches have to be given resources. They have to be given funds.
And you talked about feeding gym and putting on some weight so that we can match sizes from other players like Zim, Namibia. But we talk about the players that went into a program in South Africa. Size-wise, they've really put. You can identify by looking at them that they are looking good. But how would you rate now their rugby game? Considering you as a coach and as a player who has played against most of them, how would you rate their game now in this tournament after their program?
For those that went to South Africa, because they went in batches. There are those that went before others. It's a good idea if the whole team went and they gelled together because they needed more tests. So coming from South Africa, we had players who were a bit higher than others. So there was a gap. Meaning the program was good, but execution, how it was executed. They will tell us there was no funds, but again I'll tell you, if we sit and plan, if we start today or tomorrow planning for 2025, we can get desired results. So from South Africa, at least you can see an improvement. Game reading, game execution. You see, it's now a bit different. So if we can push it a little bit higher by planning, but because if we wake up on the last day, let me say February or March or April 2025, it will not work.
Are you trying to say these players need more time together and they get to fuse, get the chemistry, even during the season? Maybe they can have some time when they can always meet and train and all?
Yes, on that question I'll say yes. What we need, the players need more time together. We need more tests. More tests. When I say tests, even if we go and play a certain small country, that's a test. Because this rugby is different. National rugby is different from club level. There is exposure. Exposure plays a better role in everything. We need if we are planning, let's say the whole year, let's start from
programs.
Yes, let's start from match, and then we can be having test matches. We give them exposure. I know sponsors can come on board since now they have seen what rugby does. We've given sponsors mileage. Now other sponsors will want to come in, so we can create a program and say, let me say we're starting 15th March. We shall have some training. They will go in a camp. We have, let me say we are playing Zim, because I know Zim cannot refuse playing Uganda. From there we can have another test match. We go on building because gelling is important. Gelling is important.
Thank you, Paulo, and those are valid points right there. Thank you again.
Thank you too.
You're worried about the light.
Natural lines. Zeno, how are you? How was the tournament? Tell me.
From an organizational standpoint,
Yeah.
it's the best tournament so far prepared.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And for someone who's been involved in organizing sports events and events generally, they rarely last a week.
Yeah.
But this has been top notch.
Yeah.
And kudos to the organizers. They have created a rugby club where none existed.
Yeah.
Created an ambience. They got their notes right on the environment. They could have risked and gone into the bigger stadium. They did. They won, and that was a perfect win.
And the turf, how do you rate it?
From a sports science perspective, it's a perfect turf. I am yet to see the balls, but they look very beautiful.
Yeah.
The ground, I've hoped before the ground.
Yeah.
So I know what exactly it takes to create that one. And
Okay.
it was a good ground.
It's rare to get such responses from you, but I will now go straight to the.
This is what I was born, and this is what I trained to do.
Yeah.
So I have a background of knowledge.
Yeah.
And a wealth of knowledge about it. So I'll know.
Oh,
I'll know.
that's nice, and kudos to the team behind it. And straight to the team, the Ugandan team, and how they played all the 3 games. How do you rate them, and how do you think they played, in your opinion?
There are 2 things.
Yeah.
If we're going to the effort of the players,
Yeah.
the players did what they had to do.
Yeah.
What they were trying to do, how they played. Over the last 4 seasons, Pirates has been the most consistent team in the league.
Yeah.
And they always start slow.
Yeah.
And so their culture has rubbed off to the national team.
Yeah.
They start slow. So that's what they are preparing to do, right? That's what they did. From a technical perspective,
Yeah.
I think there was no homework. And they had, okay, you know Eric Mutime and Ramsey Olinga.
Yeah.
They are the heads of technical directorate in Uganda.
Yeah.
One is the CTO, another is the VP technical.
Yeah.
So both of them are not intelligent people.
Oh.
So they did what they had to do. This is the best of their ability.
What do you think lacked?
Everything. It is when you're planning for a tournament, how much time do you have? Yeah? There was a lot of movement which affected the thought process of many of the players. Because now, the training camp in South Africa is looking like a dead investment.
Yeah.
That would have been money better spent, say, on coaching. For example, how many teams